What is going on? Welcome back to CT Dingo. Today we're going to be doing the match review of the Melbourne Storm versus Manly Warringah Sea Eagles finals week 1 qualifying final, where the Storm picked up a win 40 points to 12, just embarrassed Manly, demolished Manly in what was a very tough game to watch as a Manly fan. I don't know, you could just tell really on our first set. The Storm were rushing up. We had nowhere to go. We weren't spreading the ball. We were doing a lot of just basic, forward hit-ups. It was just not good. So Morgan Harper wasn't great tonight. He made a lot of errors, and one of his errors led to the first Storm try. A pass from Cherry Evans was put down by Morgan Harper, picked up by Brandon Smith, who just got an offload away to Isaac Lumi, who went on and scored. Saab, just like last week against the Hammer, very, very similar tries. He caught up to Lumi, but he was unable to make a tackle. And, Storm scored in the first 3 minutes of the game, and it wasn't looking fantastic. But, look, in the back of my mind, I was kind of like, that's the same start pretty much that we had last time. Obviously, the try came a bit earlier. But I had faith that we could come back, but then it wasn't great. 10th minute, Kenny Bromwich. It was a weird try. You could argue that he didn't get it down, but I think he did. I'll give it the green light. I'm not going to be biased there. So, the Storm went 10-0 up in 10 minutes, and then Christian Welsh scored a really easy try. Marty Tapau missed a tackle, just a nice little pass, and Welsh scores. It's 16-0 in 15 minutes, and it looks very ugly for Manly, and then Pappenhausen kicks a penalty goal in the 23rd minute, but there is some light for Manly after 3 penalties or something on the Storm's line. Cherry Evans kicks it up on last tackle, and Jason Saab catches the ball, scores for Manly, and, it wasn't over yet. That was the try that Manly needed, and Jason Saab got it, and I thought, it's not over yet, but Pappenhausen, with 1 minute to go in the first half, just breaks the Manly defence with ease and scores their 4th try of the first half to make it 24-6 at the break. It was really ugly. Manly had to score first in the second half, and guess what? They didn't. Ryan Pappenhausen gets another very easy try. It was a break made by Justin Olam, I think it was. I believe it was Justin Olam. And he got a pass to Pappenhausen, who stepped off the right, then stepped off the left, just tricked Garrick, who ran into Saab. And they scored the first try of the second half. And they were in control for the first few minutes of that second half, but they weren't able to do it. Just really poor defense there. And then Saab gets the second try of the half. And that one to Manly was Garrick, who just put a huge kick downfield. Lumi, unfortunately, comes up with the error for the Storm. So Manly get a bit lucky there, and Saab gets his second try of the match. So thankfully Saab seemed to be our only source of points in that first half, but Pappenhausen kicked a penalty goal in the 60th minute to push the game out of reach for Manly, and further than 3 converted tries, so it wasn't pretty much out of reach at that point. Manly just lost any hope. Justin Olam scores a simple try with 4 minutes to go, and to rub some salt in the wound, Pappenhausen kicks a 40-meter field goal, a 2-point field goal in the final minute of the match to make it 40 points to 12. Embarrassing Manly Warringah Sea Eagles there. And, not a great way to start the finals. Just, even as a neutral, I feel like the game seemed like a pretty boring one. I don't know if that's just because Manly lost. I might be being a bit biased there, but we just didn't turn up. From the first minute of that game, you could just tell that Melbourne were on another level, and they do step up in finals, and we were not able to match that. You could argue Tommy was quiet. I think the Storm were just able to shut him down, and at that point, I feel like Tommy lost a bit of confidence being shut down like they did that, and he just didn't really get as involved as we would have liked. Morgan Harper, just shocking. Not a fan of his performance tonight. Just a lot of dropped balls. Thought Cherry Evans was okay in some parts, but could have done better. Saab had an okay game for the most part. His hit-ups weren't great. It was just tough to watch, bro. It was really tough to watch. We need to realize that this finals is a different level. We're playing like it's a game against the Bulldogs and we don't need to try that hard. This is the Storm in finals. They go to another gear. And we clearly can't keep up at this point. I really want to see an improvement next week against the Roosters or the Titans. I don't know if we'll beat those teams if we play like we did today. I don't know. Shout out to RL Productions. Lenny, he mentioned that we were just very physical, which led to a lot of errors, discipline-wise. So, yeah, a lot of penalties given up from Manly. I don't know where the stats will try and pull that up, but look, it was an all-round bad performance. No one was able to really step up for us tonight. Tommy gave away a high shot, actually, so hopefully that doesn't result in anything too bad. Let's try and find the discipline. So it was 9 penalties to 5. Manly giving away 9 to the Storms. 5 is same for errors as well. So, yeah, pretty disappointing, I won't lie. It was pretty bad. We weren't able to control possession, which is just disappointing for Manly once again. So, yeah, not the result we would have been looking for. Hopefully some improvements come in the next few weeks. But, yeah, not too happy with that performance. Let's hope we can sort something out against the Titans or the Roosters and hopefully move on to the prelims, but I'm not sure anymore. I'm really not. But yeah, fingers crossed we can do it for next week. But that is going to be the review for the finals week 1, Manly versus Storm. Storm coming away with the win, 40 points to 12. Congratulations to the Melbourne Storm on a dominant victory, and they booked themselves a spot in the preliminary final.